Hello everybody and welcome to this crafty catch-up video because it has some crafts in it, as you will see, and it will be shorter than my usual catch-ups because I'm quite aware that I don't tend to make videos that are less than 20 minutes and it must be very difficult sometimes for you to watch the whole thing. So I'm going to aim to make this shorter and try maybe in future to make mine shorter, but who knows? I can only try, can't I? And as you can see, I have left my usual place of safety where I make my videos because I couldn't do this one in my normal position. It was physically impossible to do. I am doing this one because I have made this cushion and it is going to go to the new owner for their birthday tomorrow, I think. So I wanted to make this video before it got parcelled up. Parcelled up, is that right? Yes, it is, isn't it? Wrapped up. There we go. As usual, my words escape me when I turn the camera on. So here we have one of the cushions that I was trying to explain to you, I think in my last video, that I make out of this yarn that I create. Here is a very small ball of what was left over from the cushion, and as you can, when the camera focuses, hopefully see, it is made up of lots of different strands of yarn that I collect from charity or thrift shops and weave together into a gigantic ball, and then it comes out looking like this. I've been doing this for quite a number of years now, and unfortunately, as with everything else, my usual supply of yarns that I've been stockpiling over the years is with all my other things in a storage unit a long way away. So all the things you're going to see now are just from what I've found from charity shops in the last 18 months or so. So I've been a little bit limited as to what colours I could use, and they're not normally, my colours are much more earthy, of the land orientated. This one is quite jazzy, but it still has the usual effect that I achieve, which is a kind of a hairy tweediness. I have never seen anybody else do this. I'm sure there are people that do this, but every one of these is completely unique because the yarn that I find is literally whatever comes up in the shop at the time. It's all pre-loved yarn. Sometimes it's people that have unravelled things and made them into balls. Other times it's leftovers from their projects and I buy them up and I twine them all together and it comes out looking like this. As I said, this one is much more funkily coloured than my normal ones because I am just using whatever came up at the time. And of course, somebody else might like these colours. I prefer mine to be more earthy. I'll show you some of the other ones I've done which are more sort of colours of the land. I shall flip this over so you can see, get close to it. It's what I love about doing these is that they're all different and the texture is very tactile, and it is reminiscent, even though these colours are quite bright, it is reminiscent of moss, lichen, all sorts of things, pebbles on a beach sometimes it looks like. It can evoke different natural environments or things from the land. Again, my words fail me as I am holding a camera. I don't know what it is, it's bizarre, isn't it? I won't labour the point. Anyway, you can see what I'm trying to do. Here is another ball in waiting that has been started. There's the piece I've started from it. And this is the multi-stranded, focus camera please. Please focus camera. Thank you. As you can see, that is made up of quite a lot. It takes ages to collect all these different yarns and create a gigantic ball like this, unless I'm very lucky and somebody's just brought in a whole load of yarn to the charity shop and I can afford to get it at that particular point. Otherwise it can be, you know, months in the making. And there is another giant ball, obviously in very watery colours, even the white. Very pleased with that white yarn there. That's sort of, can you see it's, what's the word for that? It's kind of tufty, which is a great word, isn't it? It's kind of tufty, and that's sort of reminiscent of waves on water because of the other strands being incredibly watery coloured. So that cushion is going to be, the theme for that one is obvious. So let's just flip this one over again. I always use, normally in my ordinary existence, I would always use vintage buttons or things that I'd reclaimed. For example, something like, can you see that one? Please focus quickly. This one here, which was taken off a second-hand cardigan. It's like a woolly covered button. But I haven't got my usual great big collection of vintage and second-hand and reclaimed buttons. So these aren't necessarily on this cushion, aren't necessarily what I would use all the time, but they work on this one. They're quite funky and big and bold, and they fit in with the general theme of this cushion. Just quickly show you some of the other ones that I've made and the different textures that can be achieved depending on what yarn comes up. This one is very pebbly and it's got some tufty bits too. God, I really love the word tufty, but it's got some fluffy, roughy bits on it as well. It's all very evocative of well, things growing, isn't it, really? But it's also quite pebbly, that one. And the colours are more to my liking. They're much more muted. I like a more muted palette in my cushiony thing. And this one is the same as well, it's almost the same as the yarn that I have created that cushion as a present. This one here, this one is a little bit more jazzy, but that one is close. I hope you're getting this. And here is one that I really like. This one does have my vintage buttons on it. I managed to find some locally to where I am at the moment. And this one really is like a pebbly beach. I'm very happy with this one. Oh dear, hope that wasn't too jolty. And here's another one with vintage buttons that I managed to find, and again it's very bobbly and evocative of something growing on something. I hope you can see that. I can't stay here for very long because I'm at a very strange angle on the floor doing this, but there you go. I just wanted to share these with you, and especially this new one that I've just done before it goes off and I can never show it to you again. So this video is slightly out of the order of things of how I'd wanted to do my next videos, but unless I did it now it would have disappeared and you would never have seen it. I would love to make these when I am settled, hopefully very soon. It won't be very soon, it will be months yet, but when I am settled I would like to make these to order for people. And if you like them, let me know if you like them, if you're interested in this idea that I had of creating my own tweedy wild yarn. Let me know. Just any feedback, as ever, is very, very welcome. And if you were at all interested in me making you one out of this watery yarn, I'm quite happy to do that now, because here it is and I can do it now. So if anybody's interested in having a cushion made out of the watery themed big ball there, let me know. And just before I stop, I'm just going to show you again, when I can get this to focus, that this is literally made, these yarns are literally made up of, come on, please focus. Now you want to focus on the background, don't you? There, does that work? There we go. How many strands there? There's at least 7 different strands of yarn there, all woven together into this rather delightful and completely unique thing. So I'm hoping in the nearish future that I can make these for people, and if you fancy that one, I can make that for you now. Just let me know. Right, I'm going to keep this short, aren't I? I am in the process of uploading another music interlude, and I am going to do the sun video next. I am working on my Wild Spirit revamp of this card. It's taking me ages because I thought that it would be a simple case of just redoing it, but I've had to recreate the whole thing because I really wasn't happy with it when I started it, so that's taking much longer than I thought, but it's ongoing. It is in oh god, why do words disappear? It is under construction. There we go. Why was that so difficult? I'm also going to be reviewing this book by Jill Smith, which I promised to do for ages. I am nearly finished that, so I'm getting ready to be able to write a good review of that for you and share that with you because it is well worth sharing with you. Was there anything else I wanted to say? No, and I think that is a not a world record, but a personal record for me, that this video is not going to go on for 20 minutes. I have actually managed to keep it under 12 minutes. Let's wrap it up now. Just give you another quick thing of a parade of cushions, a display of cushions. What's the collective noun for cushions? There you go. There's my question of my video for today. What is the collective noun for a group of cushions? A gaggle of cushions? No. Think of something. A comfy of cushions. Something like that. Anyway, I'll leave that with you, shall I? And I will be back soon. Thank you for joining me. Please join me again very soon. I am making more videos than I was before, and so there will be hopefully some soon, but I am well behind on the comments because, quick explanation, I've gone over my 12 minutes limit there, sorry, but yeah, my migraines have been off the scale this last week, and all my good intentions to answer your comments have been thwarted by my head pain, because sitting and typing when it is bad is actually impossible to do, let alone all the other physical niggles that I have. That's putting it mildly. So I have not been able to catch up with my comments. I am well behind. Please bear with me. I am going to try and address that as soon as my head gives me a bit of a break and stops being so painful. So thank you for watching again. Please join me again soon. I will be responding to comments as soon as I possibly physically can, and sending you loads of love as ever. Please take care of yourselves, all other beings you encounter, and just thank you. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. Please leave some feedback. Please comment. Please like this video. Please subscribe it. Please share my things with other people. Blah, blah, blah. Thank you. Much appreciated if you feel so inclined to do. Anyway, and if I can do anything for you, let me know. And I will always do it if I can, and when I can, I promise. Okay, bye for now. Bye!